Hello, yes, very nice, very evil, very powerful. Danhausen here. Famous internet. Yes, well, I guess so. This is the internet. Famous interdimensional celebrity of some sort. And yes, Danhausen here. Tell you watching. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself, Hausen. Yes, hosted by Jeff Foxhausen and Dustin Garmenhausen and Foxworthy257 Twitch channel. Isn't that nice? Anyways, love that Danhausen. If you do not watch this, up yours.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Alan Angels, aka 5 of the Dark Order, and you're watching Tell Us About Yourself, hosted by Jeff Fox and Dustin Garman.
All right, folks, we are live.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Dustin Garman, of course. My co-host, of course, is none other than Jeffrey Fox. We are here at the 37th episode. We're still going for 40. 37th episode of Tell Us About Yourself. And today's guest, I hadn't, that's another cool thing I mentioned, a couple episodes down. Some of our guests we don't a lot of times know a whole lot about, whether it's a newer player, whether they've been here for years, you know. It's always nice to, have newcomers in here. And one of them that I've heard so much about here lately is Michael Nichols. How's it going, buddy?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Yeah, it's going good, man.
Alrighty. You warming up there, or is it staying cold?
It depends on the weather. It depends.
I feel you.
Sometimes it gets cold, sometimes it gets hot. It depends on the weather.
You sure
Same.
you're not from Kentucky?
No.
I'm just playing. We're so unpredictable down here. I mean, we're like Super Show.
It's all good, though. It's all good, man.
But anyway, like I said a while ago, I don't know a whole lot about you. I've talked to you some, and I know some, hearing discussions has mentioned you've been in Zoom rooms and stuff like that. And so, what brought you to Super Show?
What brought me to the Super Show? Basically, what brought me to the Super Show was one of my good friends, which I'm not somewhat friends with anymore. He got me into it. I do believe it was a year or 2 years ago. And he gave me a deck, a beginner's deck, and it was the Wreck as my beginner deck. And I played in a locals tournament with them. It was a couple people. And I basically played, before I got the Wreck deck, they let me play with Hurricane Helms deck. And I beat one of my other friends like 10 minutes flat.
For the sub, Ken.
And then that one person's asked me if I wanted to play even more. And I said, yeah, I'm into it. It's a good game. I like it. So he built me a direct deck, and I got the chance to play around with it. And it was a pretty dang good deck. And I still have it to this day. So yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, that wreck that you're talking about, did you had the box set which was with the alternate art Rising Sun, I do believe.
I didn't get the box set. I just got a rec deck from a good friend. But that other person who gave the Rising Sun to, somebody else got it from that one precise person.
Okay.
Well, we do have
And
a message from Cannoli.
okay.
So.
All right, Cannoli.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to start the video. That was next.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
Oh, I don't want to screw Jeff's cuts up. All right, anyways. Mike, give me your 3 all-time favorite wrestlers, male and female.
Okay, first things first. First, 3 male wrestlers. My bad. I like more of I like John Moxley from from AEW. John Moxley is one of my favorites. With WWE wise, I like, who's my all-time favorite in WWE? Would be none other than Damian Priest is my favorite from Raw. Damian Priest. And third favorite from the man section will be none other than the Swiss cyborg Cesaro.
Okay.
Now, three female competitors, aka three women from any wrestling companies. I would say my favorite woman would be none other than Kelly back in the good old days, which was very good. The present, meaning the now, would be I would say probably Sasha Banks, more or
Okay.
less. And the third woman that I like is basically, who's my other top favorite woman I liked? Here we go. Io Shirai.
Okay.
Right.
Now,
Thanks,
one
Mike.
of those that I like that you mentioned was Cesaro. I really like Cesaro, which he's not on. Like, if I could do a top, he's not on mine, sadly. But I love his technique and his style, and which he's been a good tag. Which I miss him, being with Sheamus and stuff like that. That was fun, but I do feel like a lot of times he's been, misused a whole lot. So I like your choice there.
Thanks, man.
I miss him with Chris Hero myself. But Evil Ed has a question. And now, prepare yourself for this one because this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Cheese or pickle?
Mm, cheese or pickle? I like both, but if it's my favorite, it would have to be none other than cheese because I like Swiss cheese.
Okay. All
As a
right.
Packers fan, I applaud that.
Yep. And the Candyman has a series of a few questions for you. Uh,
Okay.
who is your favorite member of the Rack Pack?
Ooh, favorite member of the Rat Pack. Hmm, that's kind of complicated. But the easier one I like is none other than the Candyman, because she's the one who actually, talked to me and everything else. She basically, helped me out with certain situations sometimes with my issues, like with building decks or doing every other stuff,
Yeah.
nonsense stuff with gimmicks and stuff or promos.
Okay.
Yeah, promos. But yeah, Candyman.
All right. Her next question is, who is your favorite member of the line?
Oh, who's my favorite member of in the line? Would be none other than Jonathan Thrill.
Oh, yeah. Hold the line, Harry. He's my favorite too. Um,
Yeah,
definitely. He's always good to hit up for advice too.
true.
Yeah. She also wants to know who's your favorite member of the higher class.
Who's my favorite member? My favorite
There is only
member that
one
I
right
like
answer
from
for
the
this
high
one.
class. Uh, let's see. I would say Robinson
Big Match
Pete.
Pete.
I hope I got your name. Yeah,
Yeah, Big Match Pete.
yeah, Big Match Pete.
See, good choice. I mean, Big Match Pete. He's a great historian, smart guy. A lot of people would just normally go with the GM Calais because he's the guy that calls all the title shots. But going for Pete's a pretty good choice.
Yeah, don't
Shows
get me wrong.
integrity.
Don't get me wrong. I like, I like John Calais. I do, and everything else. I
Hmm.
do. It's just that I like Robinson because Robinson actually was being supportive for me. I do believe
Yeah,
in so many ways.
he's a very supportive person to new players. Pete's a great guy. Young Allergy would like to know if the Nightmare King was a competitor, what would his gimmick be?
Hmm.
Hmm. If Nightmare King was a competitor, what would my gimmick be? Well, first things first, my gimmick would basically have something that has, I do believe, anything that can, anything you can play. It can be from, I don't know, maybe Snap Arm or something like that. And if you play that correctly, you get a big +1. That will be my gimmick. Like if you play certain cards, you get a +1 for a snap or break in his text.
So basically, like a +1 to your next turn row.
Yeah.
You're more of a you like the turn row boost.
I like turn rolls, yes, and I also like gimmick blinds.
Okay.
Okay. We have a question from the Great Dragon King on Twitch. What do you think of RJ Bombshell and all the shit talk he says about you? Ooh,
Hmm.
I haven't been watching many RJ Bombshell videos recently, so.
um, I have utmost respect for RJ Bombshell. I really do have the utmost respect. I do. And he's a good guy, and I have nothing against him. But he's a very nice, kind guy once you get to know him even more.
He always likes to work the gimmick, though,
True.
and cut promos. All right. The Trash Man, Neil Nealon, the better Nealon, some would say, would like to know what do you rate your chances of joining the Cuddle Commandos faction, led by, I
What's my
believe, his brother Matt Nealon, or Matt Pineapple as he is known now.
yeah? What's the chances of me joining that faction?
Mhm.
Uh, well, I did do an application for them. I would say roughly probably 50-50.
50-50.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a very good faction, and
They're pretty cool.
yeah. All right. And Candyman would like to know what's your favorite movie and what other country would you want to live in if you could?
My favorite movie. That's no bueno. It's a horror movie. I like basically Freddy versus Jason. That's my all-time favorite. And a state I would love to live in would be none other than probably Los Angeles because of the LA Dodgers.
Well,
That's my big team.
she said country,
Oh, country.
so
My bad.
outside
Country.
America. Yeah.
Okay, country. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah,
Country.
it's no problem. LA's like a whole different world anyway.
Yeah, true. Country
Technically.
vibes. I would say basically, if I can, maybe Germany.
Germany.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's a good country. And Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, you're into the horror movies, I guess, right?
Yes, I am.
You should see Dustin's horror movie collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got all kinds like in my man cave. I'm a big scary movie fan, so
Yeah. Yeah. He has like all that creepy memorabilia.
Well, it's a good thing though.
All right. Candyman would also like to know, and this is a tough one. Candyman or the BOSS? Steve writes, and he does sometimes watch this
Ouch.
show, so.
be careful what you wish for, buddy.
I know. Uh,
The pressure's
I like
on.
I like I like Candyman and all. I do. But BOSS, he's cool as hell and he's very nice in many ways. But I'm not with his faction. And I'm still his lucky charm. But with all due respect, I'm sorry, BOSS, don't hate me, don't judge me,
Ooh.
don't come at me hardcore. I would say Candyman because she was there guiding me, making me feel good, making me feel better, and everything else.
Yeah. It's a smart choice because the only thing that Boss can do for you is like try to get you in with the tri-state title shot. Candyman can't get you that. Well, I guess maybe
Like
she could. She's friends with Lance. You probably could take Lance.
Okay, well, like I said, Candyman.
talking about being under pressure.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. So. All right. So that's it for the Twitch. Well, never mind. The Great Dragon King is saying, and I don't know how he would know this. You'll never get into Crime Wave with that attitude. But I mean, what would the Great Dragon King know about Crime Wave? I don't know. I don't think there's there's only one dragon in Crime Wave, and that's Nyrab, the dead one, and that's not the Great Dragon King. So obviously, Great Dragon King knows nothing about Crime Wave. So, you know. Anyway, so that's it for the Twitch questions. So, Dustin, if you go back to your regularly scheduled questions.
All righty. Anyway, so so I'm guessing like you play locally and stuff like that. Are you close to any players or anything of that nature?
Um, the only people I'm a little bit close to in my area is the two people that one of them got me into, but other than that, no one else. I'm trying
Okay.
to get one of my other good friends to play, but he still hasn't gave me an answer yet, but he will probably give me an answer someday. Not right now, but someday.
Dude, you'll actually be surprised who you could get play this game. I usually visit family. I got my 57-year-old aunt playing. Like I'll visit and just like sometimes like which she don't know all the the techniques and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but sometimes I'll come and she'll be like, you got your cards, we can sit down and play if you want to,
And the best
you
thing
know.
about it is she just whoops his ass all the time.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow, man, wow.
Thank you, Foxworthy.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to tell everyone that. Yeah. But Candyman's saying it's so sweet. I mean, I think she might think that you're like intentionally letting her win. It's not. No, she just whoops his ass.
No, I go full press would be.
Yeah. Yeah, he did learn some things from his time in Impact.
I had to go there. I'm sorry. But yeah, man. Sometimes you'll be surprised till you get actually playing this game. Um, you know, um, kind of like my little story. I was just playing on a basketball court, and somebody mentioned it to me. I mean, you never know. Do you go to like any local like game stores or anything like that, or?
I actually have a comic book store down the street from me where I live. And due to COVID, they're not doing any events.
Mhm.
But once this whole COVID is over with, they might pick up the card game again,
Okay.
and more people can probably come and join and play. So I'm gonna be one of them.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's like I said, you'll never know like who you could get wanting to play this. But so how long have you been playing?
I would say I've been playing into this card game. I say maybe a year or two ago.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering, here recently, which you've been more, you've been more active in the, internet community. I just want to say, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait for us to, be able to see each
Yeah,
other again and
exactly.
play.
And plus, due to me working and everything, I have to make money because I'll be able to participate in things.
Yeah.
So yeah, working is another thing for me.
I hear you.
All right, so we got a few more questions coming through the Twitch chat. Let me get there real quick. So the first one would be, who is the better Perry, Mark or Anthony? And that is coming from the General Lee Wong.
Ooh.
So,
Oh wow, Mark or Perry? I would say probably Mark.
okay.
Mark is good.
All right. Not the popular answer here, but it's yours, and you're allowed to have it. SRG Universe would like to know, who would win in a fight, Lemmy or God?
Lemmy or God? I would say more or less. I would say probably God.
Well, it's a trick question because Lemmy is God. Is the answer. Young Allergy would like to know your top 4 favorite bands. Obviously, Motorhead's not one of them.
Ah, dang. My top 4 favorite bands. I'm big on rock music and metal. My favorite 4 it will be none other than Slipknot, um, Beat. I would say, let's see who else. Ghost. And my fourth favorite rock band of them all would be none other than, I guess, Highwood Undead. Highwood Undead.
Alright. Yeah, generally Wong is saying Ghost was a good movie, which I think he's confusing the two.
Now, Ghost is a rock and metal band. I went to see a concert. That's why I went to see them.
Okay. The LFF Hardcore Champion, the guy who you're trying to get a title shot at his title, would like to know, and that is the face Mark Cilia, by the way. What are your future goals in the LFF?
My future goal will be none other than basically there's so many titles in LFF right now, and I heard that if Eddie Fury beats him and everything else, he will get the title from him, which I know I'm going to be gunning after Eddie Fury after he wins his match, and if he gets a title, I'm able to go after him because I made him wear Mr. Pop and Twist shirt, so he's going to get revenge on me. But there's other titles, so I would love to go after. Is not only the hardcore. My other big pick is the United States Championship.
Okay.
That's that guy's territory.
Yes, Dustin's.
Yeah. All right. So generally, Wong would like to know. So if you were in the people's nightmares, what would be your key trait?
If I was in people's nightmares, what would be my key trait? If I was in people's nightmare, I would basically make their dream come in reality, meaning what would they dream about? I make it worse for them. So that would be the thing for me.
Now, while we're talking about rock bands and stuff like that, you had mentioned to me yesterday that like we were talking about theme music, in which Grand Gathering we actually we had themes and entrances. We got to do our characters and stuff like that. You wanted me to ask you, and because I don't know, but I'm sure everybody would like to, what would be your theme song that your character would come out to?
Well, there's basically maybe two or three of them at most. One of them would be Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare because of Nightmare King. If
Why not?
you if they heard the song, they will understand where my character comes from. And there's other two would be none other than Finn Battle's theme because he's like there's a part of him in NXT Takeover when he just a part as Mr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde. I'm like Mr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde in a way because I have a inner demon in me. I'm like Mr. Jackal, Mr. Hyde. You know how Mr. Eto Ortiz has his?
Yeah.
He's the everybody. I'm like different from him. I'm like Mr. Jackal, Mr. Hyde. Nightmare King is a Mr. Mr. High, and Mr. Jackal is the Bruiser. Bruiser is my evil side because Bruiser likes to hurt and start riots and start other chaos and destruction. I'm the guy who likes to keep peace, keep boundaries with people, helping out the underdogs to reach the top of the pinnacle or something like that.
Yeah.
That's where I am. And my third favorite would be none other than I would say Damian Priest theme would suit me good.
Now you're kind of talking about being a Jackal and Mr. Hyde, which of course I've got alternate ego characters, and there's others out there, of course. One question that I like to ask is when you make an alternate ego is which mine I had a backstory of how, 1 minute he can change into a good guy and then 1 minute changes into this, the devil's reject GPS. I have a little story with that. What is your story like? Which I don't know if you've thought that through or anything, but do you have a way of explaining sort of how you change into, alternate egos? I guess you can call it.
Yeah, yeah, I do. Um, Basically, the way I change is when I'm like all alone by myself, and when I hear like different like like my inner demon's voice in my mind in more ways than one. When I hear that, I try to control him. I'm the only person who can control him. No one else can control me and my well-being, my other half. So basically, when I feel like getting angrier and everything else, I basically change into a different persona, a different person, and most people would understand that there's another being out there. He's like more of a darker, more sinister creature than life is own, like
Gotcha.
anyone out there, more or less. So with me being the Nightmare King, I'm the one who controls him, and I basically make sure that everything goes smoothly. And if anything bad, comes my way, or if I get angry or something like that, my alter ego comes out, and it's a whole different ball game.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I like, which that's interesting to me. I like, alter egos that have specific stories of how they change into their characters, So I wasn't sure if you had, thought that far, but that's really cool, dude. Um to have a backstory like that.
Candyman has another question. Would be which veteran player do you look up to?
Which veteran what veteran person do I look up on or look up to? Let's see, veteran. Trying to think. I look up to a veteran would be from SRG, none other than I would say maybe Mr. Leo Loudmouth, more or
Okay.
less.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a good one. You should catch out his party trick. It's very interesting.
I probably will, man.
All right. Chibi Black Templar would like to know pineapple or sheep.
Oh, I will go for. I'm more into fruit, so I say pineapple.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That should help you. Make sure. I hope you put that on your application for the
Yeah.
Cuddles Commandos, because
That's
Matt Pineapple is obviously very happy with pineapples.
I mean, I'm sure Neil could tell you. It's probably on there. You've got to jot down whether you like sheep or pineapple. So be sure to.
I think I saw that on there. I didn't take a good glance at it, but I did see it on there. So, um, yeah, basically, I'm going to say like pineapple because pineapple is my favorite fruit and I like it. So it's very good to eat.
All right. All right. Yeah. Trashman saying making sure you tell people you like pineapple or sheep can only help your chances of getting into the Cuddle Commandos.
Okay.
Yeah, and who doesn't need a good hug? Oh, Big Match Pete with an ooh.
If they need
Big Match
recommendations,
Pete,
you
baby.
can jot me
Now,
down, okay?
Okay.
Big Match Pete. All right, can you give Big Match Pete an ooh?
Okay.
There we go.
Oh.
There you go, Pete.
Yeah, I'm definitely having a nightmare. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. I'm having flashbacks to when he impersonated Loudmouth. Like it's eerie. But Big Match Pete, I think, just jumped in, so he should we should recount that you did name him your favorite person in the higher class because how he backs you up and supports you.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
let make sure he knows that. All right.
All right,
Back to
Jeff.
you,
We
Dustin.
actually have a question
Yep.
in our Zoom room from Canoli.
Yep.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
What are some competitors that you don't own that you're looking forward to getting and building someday?
My favorite competitor that I don't own, but I would like to get into and build up on. My favorite one would be none other than I would say probably EC3.
Okay.
Hmm. With the good splash or the mediocre splash?
The good splash, the good one.
Yeah. Probably get some good deck tech from Big Match Pete from that one. He runs that too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alright, just that one, or is there any others that you were in?
Yeah, you can
I
name
don't.
a few others if you want to.
All right, Mike. Dream scenario.
Okay.
It's not what it is right now. You're going for the LFF heavyweight title. You're the challenger. Who's the opponent you want to go up against that has the belt?
Whoever has the belt in LFF, I would say whoever has it would be none other. I would like to go after
It's like a dream match.
a dream match. Yes, a dream match. Basically, I would say probably Brian Wayford Schmidt.
Yeah, that'd be a
Alright.
fun match to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Schmidt is I mean, it would be an easy win, so that's always good.
You could get inside your head or his head with
Yeah, I'm
your
probably
bruiser
good.
character.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and you're overkill dragon, and he's a Nirab, so you could just overkill his dragon, so it would even be better.
How do you feel about
Okay,
Nanook hurting
okay,
dragons?
Dragon King means it's overkilled, meaning his stats is like superb. It's like overkilled in
Oh,
any outtakes.
I thought it was
So
like
that's
kicking a dead
okay.
horse.
Dragon King.
Hey, Mike, are you familiar with my good friend Nanook from the north?
No, I do not. I do not. But give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. Yeah, Charlene. Sorry. All right, but go on.
Well, he's an Inuit guy from the north, and
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't like dragons. You should go on the website and check out his grapple finish. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
You should
All
probably
right,
send him a copy, Canoli. That way you
you
can
never
really see how
know.
Nanook is. All right. Candyman is suggesting you should call Brian Waitford Schmidt out. Maybe get yourself booked on one of those pay-per-views that are coming up.
Do it, do it, do it.
I mean, probably not on the show.
We
You
need a
would do it on
crowd
the forum.
sound.
You would want to do it. You would want to do it on the forums so people actually see it.
Yeah.
Mm, I
Yeah.
probably would call him out. Besides, tonight's a dojo, but I will basically call him out. But when the time is right, I will. So
Okay,
yeah.
makes sense. All right, back to you, Dustin.
All righty. So, also, character was the nightmare, of course. Talking about scary movies earlier, did you kind of get the idea from Freddy Krueger, or
Nah,
how'd you get the nightmare
nah.
thing?
I basically came up with it before before the Nightmare on Elm Street was ever thought about because
Oh,
uh,
wow. Okay.
Nightmare was one of the most trademark for me that I basically like in a way because it's basically
Hmm.
nothing more than a person like me coming into some people's dreams and seeing what they dream about, and I will also make it well their dreams become their worst nightmare. So
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. More power
thank
to
you.
you. I'm afraid to see other people's dreams.
Well, you know. Uh, Generally Wong would like to know, which is the better McPeak 2 belt, Mac Attack or the General himself?
Ooh.
I never saw Mac Attack, but I did see General Lee Wan, so I would say General Lee Wan.
That is definitely the
Okay.
wrong answer. And if I said anything else, Mac would kick my ass again. So
One
and
thing we always try to do is watch our P's and Q's.
yeah, there's definitely no shame in getting your ass kicked by Mac McPeak because she kicks everyone's ass. Well, I'm just glad she's in the juniors division because if she ever got into like the adult division, she'd have all those belts too.
Jeff, they grow up so fast. Uh,
Yeah. All right. Back to you, Dustin.
all right. Now, are you planning on? I know we're kind of getting into the year of we've got Kickstarter coming in and stuff like that. I always look forward to this time of the year, and of course, the spoilers. Gotta love the spoilers. Are you planning on backing the Kickstarter and maybe going? I know sometimes Kickstarter wise they do them pledges where you can create a competitor or you
Not
can
this year.
not this year.
Nope. This year is the comic book
Man,
one. They're not. They're
I've
gonna.
been so out of loop.
Yep, they're gonna
No,
offer one that lets you get yourself into the comic book, but not create a competitor.
Okay.
well,
Okay.
basically, Pat said that he is doing the CGC this year. Pat said,
Hmm.
Patrick.
Hmm.
So I mentioned it to him, and he said I have to hit him up. I would say probably in November, early in November,
That
to
would be
do
the
the
next one.
CGC.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because the current one is
So
not over yet. So, all
be
right.
looking for Nightmare.
Yeah. Generally, Wong would like to know: do you prefer Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers? I know Dustin's answer. Go one.
I gotta go with my homeboy, Jason Voorhees.
Ooh, that won't get you a U.S. title shot.
I like both of them. If it's scary, I like it.
Yeah, I know, but I think don't you have more memorabilia of the shape than you do Jason?
Yeah, just because he actually like John Carpenter only lived like 20 minutes away from here.
Yeah,
So,
and
and
he
where it was filmed was literally 20
yeah,
minutes away from here.
and he broke in and stole stuff. So that's how he got all his memorabilia. It was a smart move. Yeah. All right, so we got about 20 minutes left in the show if we want to start getting into the final questions and whatnot. Cannoli, Pennywise or Chucky? I guess he
Okay.
doesn't mean Pennywise the band, because obviously they're
No,
better than Chucky.
no.
Pennywise or Chucky? I would say probably Pennywise.
Yep, it is
Okay.
motherfucking Pennywise. Again, wait, no, that's the band. I'm getting confused. All right. Anyway, Dustin,
What was
questions.
your favorite scary movie?
My all-time favorite. My all-time favorite scary movie will be none other than the remake of, trying to think. It's basically a vampire movie. It's a remake. Um, with what's his name? He plays as a vampire and goes after a kid's family and his friends, and he turns them into a vampire. And this one guy teams up with a man who is supposed to be a fake vampire hunter,
Okay.
and he has these objects, and he tries to kill the main vampire. I forgot the movie itself, but it's a pretty good movie. I saw it plenty of times.
Okay.
It's a remake.
I'm trying to remember what's the name of that. He'll come to me one of these days.
Same, same here.
All right. Candyman would like to know, other than Candyman, who is your celebrity crush?
Who's my
Real quick,
celebrity?
it's Fright Night. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Canoli.
Um,
Uh,
my favorite celebrity crush. Can Does it have to do with any females in SLG or can it be anyone?
It can
He
be
did
any
celebrity. Hey,
female, male, anything.
Okay, female wise, because I'm
Okay.
into the ladies. I would say my favorite female crush would be none other than I would say probably Velvet Sky, because she used to be in Impact Wrestling. She
okay.
was one of my all-time favorites.
All right, and generally Wong would like to know your favorite maneuver, the Stranger or the Shocker.
My favorite maneuver will be either Stranger or Shocker, he asking. I would say the Shocker.
Okay. Nice.
So, yep, I think that's that.
We got another question from Kennedy.
We always do. Canoli?
I think I
Canoli?
just lost it. I just lost it. I clicked on something and then I just forgot it.
You never had it.
No. I got
I'm
it.
just
I got it. Hey,
This
hey,
is why
Mike.
Mark's the better
Did you come
parent.
from a round of card games? Did you play Pokemon or Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh?
I do play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I do have Pokemon as well. And I am starting to get into the card game called Digimon. So there is other card games I'm always into. I basically collect cards
Did you
as
play
well.
those when you were younger though?
Yes, I did. Yes, I
Okay, I just wondered.
absolutely did.
Because people's backgrounds are different. That's a big one for a lot of people who play this game. But some they come from Blood Bowl, which is completely different.
That's a good game too.
No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
I'm just
Yeah,
He is saying it's a bad game.
yeah.
I like it.
You
I
know who
prefer the
likes
team
it?
manager.
You know who likes Blood Bowl? Uh, Nightmare King's favorite member of the line, Hold the Line Harry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a big Blood Bowl player.
He's my least favorite member of the line. Jeff, you're mine.
Makes sense.
I do like Jeff though, but
You don't like me? Okay, fine then. I'm leaving.
Well, he did say you were not the better Perry, so you know. Poor Canoli. Poor Canoli. All right. Uh, all right. You got any more questions, Dustin?
Yep. Now, speaking of like wrestling stuff like that, like we did earlier with your tops and stuff, who was probably your like this is childhood? Who was thinking back to your childhood or when you started watching wrestling? Who did you really start to like first?
Who did I start liking first back in the day? My all-time favorite, he basically died, and I do miss him a lot. Rest in peace. I would say none other than Owen Owen Hart. Owen Hart was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day when he was with the Hitman Hart.
I tried to make it hard. I'm not good at it.
It's all good though. It's all good though, man.
All right. And so I'm guessing, 90s was a big time of the year for big time of the years for you, I should say. Do you still you currently, stay on the trend, or are you still into wrestling? Of course, now, of course, Super Show and stuff like that going on, but do you usually follow it?
Yeah, I'm big on wrestling. Like I'm still big on it. I basically went to a couple shows before and I met a couple wrestlers in real life. But other than that, yeah, I'm still big on wrestling, like always.
All right. Generally, Wong would like to know if you had a chance to make a championship match that doesn't have you in it, who would you put in it?
A big championship match without me, okay. It would be probably a tag team match for a the LFF tag team titles. It would be General Leon and McIntyre versus, I would say, none other than, I have to go with maybe BOSS and probably GM Clace.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting team. And who do you think? Who would you want to win that match?
Well, mm, besides that point, I would say generally one and Mac Attack for the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jim Place, the only time he can hold the belts is when you pass them to the champion. I get it. Good choice.
Yeah. Some would say so. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, McPeak is talking about he's waiting on Jeremy and Harry to come and get the shot to McPeak Inc. versus the Transatlantic Express. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. I don't. They're not the next ones in line. I believe the next ones in line are the Mad Custodian and Young Allergy,
That's gonna be interesting.
which I don't really
It
know what
will
their.
be.
Oh yeah, their team name is shit. Indeed. Eh. All right. Any more questions, Dustin?
Yeah. So, like in-person events, have you been to any of the SRG? Like not online, of course, but like in-person events that they've held. Before COVID, of course.
No, actually, I haven't. I haven't been to no grand gatherings. I haven't been to none of the events because I personally don't drive and I don't know anyone who will be willing to come scoop me up and take me to the events. I wanted to go to one of them back in the day before the whole COVID was around
Mhm.
and to see what's there for me and everything else. But other than that, no.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I was just curious. Sorry, dog in the
It's all
background.
good. It's all good.
All right, Fox. How's Twitch?
No, just people talking about the next shot lined up for the tag team title. So they've wandered off a bit, but we do got 10 minutes left. So what you
Right.
got?
Well, I'm thinking on a question myself currently at the moment. But is there anything you would like the community to know about like you upbringing and you playing now and stuff like that? What are some things that maybe you're looking forward to in the community, or some of your thoughts on playing?
Well, first off, I would like to try to make myself known even more, get
Okay.
myself out there furthermore, because I'll be able to get recognized and go for like a title, like
Mhm.
mostly going after a match which has like anybody who has titles. Like I'm okay with if it's a non-title match, and if I do go in a non-title match, and if I win that, I will achieve more, and then I will go and achieve that type of title. So yeah.
Uh, so Candyman wants to know, is there anything in specific you want people to know about you? Which is a little bit about.
Yes, yes. I would like for everyone to know that I am a very, very laid back type of person when it comes to playing card games, like for SRG wise. Um, I'm always big on for beginners too. If they try and make themselves known, try and get their names up there. My biggest pet peeve for them for newbies as well. So am I with this one. Um, just put yourself out there and do promos about yourself, and the more you do, the more chances you will get noticed. Like with me, for example, if you put yourself out there and make yourself promos and stuff like that, yeah, you there's a chance that people can call you out. But if you're a newbie and everything else, most of the people will understand you, but half of them might not. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Okay.
I want to apologize for my dog. I had to mute my mic there for a
It's
minute.
all good, man.
Practicite would like to know what's your favorite thing about playing Super Show?
My favorite thing about playing Super Show, me meeting people and reenact with them and hanging out with the people.
All right. And generally, Wong would like to know if you had a choice to ban one card from the game, and the choice was between Schoolboy, Rejected, or the Champion of Kickstarter, which one would it be?
I would say probably Schoolboy.
All right. I mean,
Okay.
I would have banned Rejected. No one likes that card.
Totally false. We can't be given fake news.
Oh, there's way better cards out there, like repeated super kicks and high impact backdrop, and way better cards.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
press a dive, eat the map, way better.
Why don't we just be like meet in the middle and say I love both of our cards,
Both.
I
Anyway,
like
would love to say
rejected and yours.
yeah, all three.
Yeah.
Yeah. People liked your card so much they got different art of it because they didn't want you on it anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to grow my hair to cover my face.
uh,
uh,
General Cannoli would like to know if you prefer Coke or Pepsi.
ooh, I love both. My all-time favorite would not let me get this straightened up. My all-time favorite is none other than Pepsi.
Alright. So correct choice there as well. See, he's getting all the right choices today, Dustin.
I'm like 0 and 3.
I mean, maybe you're just on the wrong side. Oh man. All right. So that's it for that. We only got a couple minutes left. So well, I mean, I guess we should get into the part of the show where we. Oh, Trashman would like to know favorite alcoholic beverage.
Favorite alcohol beverage. I'm not big on heavy drinks, but I'm more into like wine coolers because wine coolers basically keep me on edge and it basically calms me down in many ways, more ways than one. Because when you drink wine coolers, you're enjoying your days off or before before any events go around, you can drink wine coolers and boom, you basically enjoying your life.
Another question is who is the superior general of the LFF? General Lee Wong or General Cannoli?
Ah, man. I like General Kenobi in a way, but I do like General Lee Wan, so I would lean to General Lee Wan.
All right, Cannoli comes out on the losing end again.
Cannoli, don't worry about it. I'm with you. We're both 0 and 3. We're pushing.
All right. We have a question from the buddy building. Huskus the cow or Jasmine the reverse giraffe?
I would say Huskers the cow.
Okay.
Say
Yeah. Jasmine, I think, once possessed the boss, too, so. Uh, okay, so what is a better dessert? Cannoli or pineapples?
Better dessert. I would say
Probably be a pineapple upside down cake. Cannoli or
I never
pineapple
had
upside
that
down?
though. I never had pineapple upside down cake. I never did. Cannoli, I do believe I had that once. So don't bash me. People who, especially the pineapple, person as well. I would say the cannoli.
All right, yep. So cannolis are better than a dessert he hasn't ever had before. So that's good. See there, cannoli,
Nope.
you're on the winning side once.
Yeah, you're 1-3, buddy. I'm still 0-3.
It's okay though, Dustin.
Nah. And Candyman's pointing out cannoli is sweet as can be. Oh, there's a comparison. Cannoli or candy?
Oh, wow.
Cannoli or candy? I'm big on junk food, so I gotta go for candy.
Okay.
Uh, Ken Fouché is saying that, Dustin, you are number one in their hearts.
Always, buddy.
Uh, Bodybuilding is asking chocolates or popcorn.
Chocolate or popcorn?
We're watching a scary movie.
Popcorn
Have both.
is good for watching scary movies and all, but it does stick to your teeth. Candy is good as well. So I would say probably popcorn the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So with that, we're probably going to call it the show, Dustin. Why don't you tell people who we're going to have on next week, and we can wrap up.
All righty. Well, folks, next episode is going to be the 38th episode next Tuesday. And our guest is going to be Jeremy Steigerwald, aka, or no, they're not the same. Maybe his roommate will show up. I don't
I
know,
hope
Jeff.
not.
Should I even mention his name though? You know, the amount of
I mean, I mean, if you want to take another L, you can.
yeah. I'll just say Jeremy Steigerwald. I can't promise y'all his
Otherwise known as
roommate.
Practicite.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But not his roommate, the fake
Yeah,
luchador.
yeah.
Or the Jigglypuff. That's his worst roommate.
Um, basically, I like llama. Basically, so sorry about that, Mr. Uberstar. Sorry about that, but llama is good. He's a good, lucha libre.
But number one just showed up to ask pineapple or sheep. We had an answer earlier, and it was pineapple. Kurt.
Yeah. Sorry,
You
Kurt.
don't want none of the sheep.
At least you're 0-1. I'm 0-3.
All right, folks. Well, thank you once again, and we will talk to you next time.
Hey guys, till next time.
Hello, yes, very nice, very evil, very powerful. Danhausen here. Famous internet. Yes, well, I guess so. This is the internet. Famous interdimensional celebrity of some sort. And yes, Danhausen here. Tell you were watching. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself, Hausen. Yes, hosted by Jeff Foxhausen and Dustin Garmenhausen and Foxworthy257 Twitch channel. Isn't that nice? Anyways, love that Danhausen. If you do not watch this, up yours.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Alan Angels, aka 5 of the Dark Order, and you're watching Tell Us About Yourself, hosted by Jeff Fox and Dustin Garman.